Have you ever stood at your kitchen counter, looking at a bottle of cooking oil, and wondered whether it's quietly helping your aching joints or slowly making things worse? For millions of people over 50, arthritis feels like an unwelcome shadow, slipping into everyday life, making something as simple as opening a jar or stirring a pot feel like a monumental task. But here's the surprising truth. The oils we use in our meals are not just about taste or texture. They can act like either fuel for inflammation or medicine for the joints. That means your frying pan might secretly hold one of the most powerful tools for arthritis pain relief you'll ever find. I'm Dr. Brian, and welcome to Channel Wellness Blueprint Over 50. Today we'll uncover 7 remarkable oils that can ease joint pain, restore mobility, and help you cook your way back to freedom. When I think of the Mediterranean, I picture sunlight on the sea, laughter around long wooden tables, and a drizzle of golden olive oil glistening on fresh vegetables. What's fascinating is that this isn't just a scene from a travel brochure. It's a way of life that science has shown protects joints and hearts alike. Extra virgin olive oil is more than a kitchen staple. It's a natural anti-inflammatory powerhouse. Inside every drop are monounsaturated fats that work quietly, like skilled carpenters, repairing the tiny cracks that inflammation carves into our joints. And then there's oleocanthal, a compound so potent that researchers at the University of Pennsylvania once compared its effects to ibuprofen. Imagine getting some of that relief not from a pill bottle, but from your salad bowl. One of my patients, Mary, age 68, struggled with morning stiffness that made her dread getting out of bed. She didn't want more medications. She wanted something gentle, sustainable. We worked on her diet, and she began swapping out butter and processed oils for extra virgin olive oil. Within weeks, she noticed a change. Her joints felt less like rusty hinges and more like well-oiled gears. She told me she could finally knead bread again, something she hadn't enjoyed in years. The beauty of olive oil is its versatility. Use it for sautéing vegetables at low to medium heat, drizzle it over roasted potatoes, or whisk it into a lemony dressing. Each use isn't just flavor. It's therapy for the body. Over time, regular use has even been shown to slow cartilage breakdown, meaning it doesn't just mask the pain, it may help protect what's left of your precious joint cushion. In the quiet language of food, olive oil whispers hope. There's something almost luxurious about the avocado. Its creamy texture feels indulgent, yet beneath that smoothness lies a kind of medicine disguised as food. Avocado oil carries that same gift. Rich in monounsaturated fats and vitamin E, it doesn't just nourish the body, it actively fights the fires of inflammation. Think of inflammation like sparks popping from a campfire. In arthritis, those sparks land on the joints, creating pain and stiffness. The nutrients in avocado oil act like a gentle rain, cooling those sparks before they ignite into something worse. One of my patients, James, a retired carpenter, had hands that told the story of a lifetime of building. Strong, but now swollen and stiff with osteoarthritis. He loved to cook, but frying anything meant dealing with flare-ups. I suggested he try avocado oil because of its unusually high smoke point. Unlike delicate oils that break down under heat, avocado oil remains stable, almost like a seasoned craftsman who doesn't rattle under pressure. James began sautéing his vegetables with it and even used it to sear fish. Slowly, he found that cooking no longer led to extra pain. His meals gained a buttery, satisfying flavor, and his joints no longer protested quite so loudly. Science backs this up too. Studies suggest that avocado oil may actually protect cartilage, the smooth padding between bones that arthritis slowly erodes. And with lutein, an antioxidant also found in leafy greens, it provides extra defense not only for the joints, but also for the eyes, an added blessing as we age. Avocado oil fits seamlessly into daily life. Splash it on salads, roast with it, or even drizzle it over warm vegetables. Every use is another small act of kindness toward your joints, a way of saying, I want you to keep moving. Crack open a walnut and you'll see a shape that looks remarkably like the human brain, and it's fitting because walnuts are rich in nutrients that nourish both mind and body. But what's hidden inside their oil may be even more remarkable for those living with arthritis. Walnut oil is one of the richest plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids, the same family of healthy fats you find in salmon. These omega-3s act like peacekeepers inside the body, calming the immune system when it becomes too aggressive. Because when arthritis strikes, the immune system is often in overdrive, mistakenly attacking joints. Walnut oil helps restore balance, cooling that internal storm. I remember Susan, a 72-year-old artist, who came to me with hands so swollen she could barely hold a paintbrush. Her paintings, once alive with color, had been replaced by frustration. She wasn't a fan of fish, so I suggested she try adding walnut oil to her meals. She began whisking it into vinaigrettes and drizzling it over roasted vegetables. Over time, she noticed her hands loosening, her grip strengthening. One day she brought me a small canvas, an explosion of bright yellows and blues, saying, "I can paint again." The oil had become more than nutrition. It was a doorway back to her passion. It's important to note that walnut oil is delicate. Heating it can strip away its benefits, so it's best used cold, in salads, dressings, or as a finishing touch on grains or steamed vegetables. That nutty, slightly sweet flavor doesn't just please the palate, it carries antioxidants that sweep away free radicals, those tiny vandals that contribute to joint damage. Every drizzle of walnut oil is like giving your joints a deep breath of fresh air, easing stiffness, and offering flexibility that makes life feel a little lighter again. If you've ever held a handful of tiny flax seeds, you might wonder how something so small could possibly matter. Yet inside those little seeds lies one of nature's quiet miracles. Flaxseed oil is one of the richest plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically ALA, alpha-linolenic acid. Think of ALA as a gentle mechanic for your joints, oiling the gears so they move with less friction. For people living with arthritis, where every step or grip can feel like bone grinding against bone, this kind of nourishment can be transformative. What makes flaxseed oil particularly powerful is its ability to rebalance a modern diet. Most of us, often without realizing it, eat too many omega-6 fats from processed foods, which stoke the fires of inflammation. Flaxseed oil tips the scales back toward healing, pouring water on those flames. It's almost like teaching your immune system a calmer rhythm, one that lets joints breathe again. I recall a gentleman named Harold, age 75, who came to me frustrated by his lack of mobility. He was skeptical about oils making any difference, but he agreed to try flaxseed oil, stirring a spoonful into his morning smoothie. A few months later, he came back with a grin, saying he was walking to the park every afternoon again, something he hadn't done in years. It wasn't a miracle cure, but it was enough to give him back pieces of his freedom. Because flaxseed oil is heat sensitive, it should never be used for frying or sautéing. Instead, slip it into smoothies, whisk it into salad dressings, or drizzle it over dips. Every spoonful is like a small investment in tomorrow's mobility, an invisible ally working inside the body. Over time, those subtle shifts can mean fewer aches, easier steps, and a return to the simple joys of movement. For many of us, the scent of coconut brings back memories of warm beaches or comforting baked treats. But coconut oil is more than just a tropical flavor. It carries properties that can be surprisingly helpful for aging joints. Unlike other oils that are heavy with long-chain fats, coconut oil is rich in medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs. Picture them as quick-burning fuel, easy for the body to use, giving not only energy but also a gentle hand in reducing inflammation. Now, it's true that coconut oil has a high amount of saturated fat, and that has sparked debate. But here's the nuance. When used in moderation, its unique fats may actually support immune balance and provide a mild anti-inflammatory effect. Think of it like a spice. Too much overwhelms the dish, but the right amount brings harmony. For people with arthritis, this harmony can mean less stiffness, better joint lubrication, and a little more comfort in daily movement. I once worked with a woman named Clara, 70 years old, who loved baking for her grandchildren, but felt guilty using butter or margarine. She began substituting coconut oil in her muffins and even stirred it into her morning oatmeal. Over time, she noticed her knees didn't ache as much when climbing the stairs. Her joy wasn't just in the relief she felt. It was in being able to keep baking for the little ones she adored. Coconut oil is versatile. It holds steady when sautéing vegetables, adds moisture to baked goods, and even melts seamlessly into a smoothie. Used wisely, it becomes more than a kitchen ingredient. It becomes a symbol of balance, nourishing both body and spirit while supporting joint health in a way that feels natural and even a bit indulgent. There's a comforting aroma that rises from a pan when sesame oil hits the heat, a nutty, rich fragrance that has been part of Asian kitchens for centuries. But beyond its flavor lies a treasure chest of compounds that can be a real gift for aching joints. Sesame oil contains two unique antioxidants, sesamin and sesamol, which work like tiny shields, protecting cartilage from the slow, grinding damage that arthritis brings. If you imagine your joints as hinges on a well-loved door, sesame oil helps prevent them from rusting shut. In fact, some studies have suggested that sesame oil may ease symptoms of osteoarthritis by reducing oxidative stress, which is essentially the wear and tear caused by free radicals. For someone over 50, that's like having a handyman inside the body, quietly patching up the damage of time. And unlike many oils that only support heart health, sesame oil bridges the gap, nourishing both the heart and the joints. I think of Raj, a 65-year-old retired teacher who missed cooking stir-fries because the vegetable oils he used seemed to leave him bloated and sluggish. When he switched to sesame oil, not only did his meals taste more authentic, but his knees stopped protesting so fiercely after long walks. He said it was as if his joints had been given a second language of comfort. Sesame oil shines in stir-frying, but it also adds depth to marinades and dressings. Its slightly nutty flavor elevates simple dishes, turning a bowl of steamed vegetables into something special. Each drizzle is more than flavor. It's a message to your body that healing can also be delicious. For those managing arthritis, sesame oil offers both relief and joy, a reminder that food can heal without sacrificing taste. Canola oil might not sound exotic or glamorous like olive or walnut oil. In fact, some people overlook it entirely, seeing it as just another bottle on the grocery shelf. But sometimes the simplest, most affordable tools are also the most reliable. Canola oil has a secret strength, a balance of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids that helps calm the flames of inflammation. Imagine a seesaw. Too many omega-6 fats from processed foods weigh it down on one side, pushing the body toward more stiffness and pain. Canola oil brings the seesaw back into balance, giving joints a chance to breathe again. It also contains vitamin E, an antioxidant that acts like a gentle caretaker for the joints, sweeping away free radicals before they can damage the cartilage. For older adults, this means not just joint pain relief, but protection of the tissues that keep mobility possible. One of my patients, Daniel, a 74-year-old gardener, resisted changing his cooking habits at first. "Why bother? Oil is oil," he told me. But he agreed to try swapping his usual shortening for canola oil when baking bread. To his surprise, not only did the bread taste lighter, but after several weeks he noticed he could kneel in the soil with less discomfort. For him, the oil became a symbol of small, affordable change, leading to unexpected freedom. Canola oil is versatile, with a high smoke point that makes it safe for grilling, sautéing, or baking. It's mild in flavor, blending seamlessly into dishes without drawing attention to itself. Sometimes the quietest helpers do the most work. For those seeking an accessible, arthritis-friendly option, canola oil stands as a humble yet powerful ally in the kitchen, proving that healing doesn't always come wrapped in luxury. So here's the heart of it. The oils we choose every day can either fuel the fire of arthritis or gently soothe it. From the golden richness of olive oil to the humble strength of canola, each brings its own gift of joint pain relief and mobility. Change doesn't have to be dramatic. Sometimes it's as simple as what you drizzle over your vegetables tonight. Remember, your body is capable of healing at any age. If this gave you hope, I'd love for you to subscribe, share your favorite oil in the comments, and keep walking this journey with me.